Hello, Toddbog here, and welcome back to a Let's Play of Judgment Apocalypse Survival Simulation for Breaking the Stream. Where we last left off, save game 3 here, we tried to do some scavenging and ended up losing one of our compatriots, unfortunately. So now we're down a person for the time being. So we're just going to have to continue on without them, and we'll continue to do our work here and gather supplies and get a little bit stronger here. So research-wise, water conservation is a possibility, which leads to water distribution. But right now, water's doing okay for us. So I think I'd rather save up for gathering efficiency, which takes 240 research. So we're going to go ahead and go to 4 times speed here. I think in terms of our base inventory, we got a decent amount of lumber right now. And in terms of builds, let me pause it real quick. We could do the magic circle, so let's do that here. We'll punch it out here. Mitchell's doing our occult research right now, which means that we're up to magic crafting. We've got water ritual or lucky bounty. That's from scavenging, huh? Let's do the magical crafting, just so I can demonstrate what that looks like. So if you go to crafting, you can see we now can build hex scrolls, but it requires ectoplasm. As well as weakening runes, which require ectoplasm, so that's something you have to scavenge from killing ghosts, if you can believe it, right? Looks like we got a skill update here too. For Bruno, he's my artisan, so Bruno would probably be a good candidate to go out on missions. So what can we do with Bruno here? He only has rifles. He doesn't have any form of accuracy or anything, so it might behoove us to, let's see, gather water speed, chop speed, mining, pistols, resilient, which gives armor, or stalwart for that max health. Let's do stalwart. Yeah, we'll do stalwart. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll get that health going. Okay. So now, inventory-wise, do we have any bread? We have wheat. I think we have to craft bread if we want to. So Jenny's our defender. She's the one that goes out and beats things. No, she wasn't, unfortunately. So what does she do? Let's pause it. What skills do you have? Okay, here it is. Sorry. Farm speed. Okay, so she has our farm speed. So maybe the person I lost wasn't our farmer. So, okay, so that's good. What were her priorities here right now? Gathering, and she's a researcher, so maybe we get some sort of skill for gathering, which of course she doesn't have. So melee defense, resilience, stalwart, tech weapons, or evasion, huh? Let's see. Alright, let's do melee defense for now. She can be our melee person. Essentially, we're waiting for another survivor to be present so that we can expand our little camp as necessary. Another level up. Alright, Mitchell. Oh, I mean... Alright, so this will be good to see. So we got occult research speed is plus 80. Does this give us 10% or 30%? And it gives 30%. So, all right, Mitchell, you're gonna find us all the occult stuff, I guess. At some point, I guess we need to have somebody on our group. Let's see. Take a look at priorities here. We need somebody to do construction, right? So, let's see. Build. Yeah, we'll put you up here. How's that? So Bruno should... Yeah, Bruno is building our thing now, so... We'll set up scrap collection as well, because we need it for armor. Alright. Craft-wise, bread takes wood as well for the oven and drinking water, but let's go ahead and build some. So Bruno is our crafter, so that includes cooking, because it's a form of crafting, right? So we're going to go up to meditation to reduce our awareness generation. Alright, so we got traders at the outskirts of our camp, so let's see what they've got. So at this point, the traders have a variety of different resources. Medical journals, read to gain the first field medic skill. So that's pretty useful. But as you can see, buy value is 1,200, and these sell for 2. 1, and our medical supplies sell for 3. So not really much in the way of options. Scrap is your, by the way, is your income. So, or is your monies. So not a lot we can do here. We can buy some food if we wanted to. Mystic vines, but none of these are going to be useful for us right now. Would be nice to have some sort of weapon, but they're way too expensive right now at 600. Quarterstaff is something I think we can build ourselves eventually. Baseball bat, though, is kind of neat. Really good. Does 18 damage, which is almost twice what the clubs do. And much better DPS. And of course, the armor here. So as you can see, there's definitely some stuff coming up that we'll be able to do. But at this point, we don't have any vital needs in terms of materials. So we'll... do that. And I think once we get that research for meditation, which will be in a few more points here, I think we're going to change Mitchell's priorities. Mitchell, let's go ahead and up it to regular research because we need that for now. Okay. So now we're only getting 13 per day instead of 18 per day, so this will go up slower. Do some 8 times speed. Yeah, because we got all our core needs done for now, so go back to 4 times speed. We got our summoning circle now. So the growth ritual requires 30 wheat and then allows new trees to grow, so you'll never run out of wood that way. Just to demonstrate what that does. Assistance needed, that's what we want to see. So, alright. So let's click on that. So they're right over there. So the scavengers, we're going to need to manage. So we got Mitchell here. We're going to go ahead and bring along, I think, Jenny. And we'll give her the armor. Okay. So, oh, Nope, we want Jenny. And we approve it. Because right now it's just the one demon, so we can afford to send these two out. So let's go ahead and do that. Do some more scouting while we're out here. So what do we got here? Canned food and hides. Arrows and clay. So the arrows will definitely be useful there. Scrap. But as you can see, the enemy counts are definitely higher out here, so some werewolves there. Okay. Forgot to check in the last map when we had a rescue, whether the rescue person shows up on the map or not, so. We're at 1 o'clock at night. So that might be a factor in your decision on when to do these missions for sure. Generally, depends on what you're looking to do, right? But I think you'll find that it'll be easier to do certain missions at night so you can remain stealthy and avoid the main patrols. Especially useful if you're trying to do those scavenge missions in some pretty dangerous areas. Because trying to kill all those monsters, or even specific monsters, is quite daunting. There we go. And they do show up as an exclamation. Okay, good to know. Alright, so Jenny, why don't you go ahead and do this here. And you can tell once this stops, there we go. So it's no longer increasing here until we beat up the fire ant. And now it's going up again. I like that you don't have to click to loot enemies, you just automatically loot them. It just makes it a little easier. We get Lauren. What does Lauren have? Lauren is a gangster, clever and hardworking. So she's got regular research, so she can take over regular research duties. Awesome. Hardworking is nice. All of those are nice. Fantastic. She's a fighter. There we go. Killed 2 fire imps. Got their sulfur. Alright. Let's see. What do we have here? Just food. Alright. You know what? I think it's worth going to this farm and get ourselves our first bow here. And that'll be great to have. Meanwhile, we'll go back to base. Priorities. Let's see. Your priorities are build, craft, farm, and then that. Okay. So against one minor demon, I'm going to hit auto resolve so you can see what that looks like. You see the damage as it goes down and everything. So, but pretty much what I expected. Now we have arrows, and we got a little scrap as well. So awesome. All right, so let's go return to base, or RTB. All right. And Lauren, your priorities. So it's interesting. You've got a preference for training, which we don't have the option for, but at this point, you're going to switch that, and you're going to switch that. Otherwise, I like these priorities here. So, okay. So go to times 4 speed. Brandon has got the skill points to level up. Brandon's a scout. Brandon should be on our team in the future, but we'll go ahead and get that accuracy up, and he'll probably be our bow wielder. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and build 2 bows. So Brandon, we'll go ahead and swap that out for a bow. Lauren, we'll go ahead and swap you out for a club. Brandon's got himself a bow. Excellent. Let's go to our world map real quick and let's modify our party here. Manage. Let's see. Jenny is a defender. Mitchell's an academic. So let's go ahead and take out Mitchell and add Brandon. And then give him the armor. Okay. We'll prove that. Oh, not what I wanted. Recall. Okay. Okay. Excellent. So how are we doing on supplies? We've got decent stone, decent clay. We'll have to figure out what to do with that body at some point. And we've got weapons, so... How are we doing on wheat? We got 28 wheat, so we could do that thing soon for the ritual, but at this point we've got plenty of food, so... Let's go ahead and collect scraps. Let's see, that's quarry. Do that. Always going to need those resources, so we might as well get those going. Research-wise, though, we've got gathering efficiency we're working towards. Scavenging, let's do that since we're doing the scavenging. It'll set us behind on our other things, but... Okay. And it looks like our awareness meter is up, so we'll wait till that goes down to about 60 seconds, and then we'll get everybody in position here. At this point, though, let's see, Mitchell should probably go to bow. Okay, so let's go ahead and select everybody. All right. And this is going to be just really basic here. Okay, all my survivors are equipped. Okay, so they're coming from over there. So what we can do is we can get everybody over here. And we'll get our 2 bow people. All right. We're just gonna have to defend here, I guess. Okay, they attack from the north as well. All right. Overall, it came out pretty well. We got ourselves some sulfur, killed ourselves some demons, and now everybody goes back to work like nothing happened. So as you can see, the terrain becomes a factor in how you build, so you want to build in certain ways. Eventually we'll lay out some things that make sense in terms of like defensive structures for our shooters, especially as we get more shooters going and everything. So pretty good there. We're scavenging here. Another 15 scrap to be found. And our research is going up pretty nicely. See, brick making gives us our spiked barricades and a furnace. We got Molotovs we can get. Eventually we'll get to metalworking, but in order to do that we need research materials. So we'll need to actually go and find ourselves far afield before we do that. We can get a sheep farm and sandbags. Or weapons, we can do some bow making. Okay, the black box. The rubble of what once was a pinnacle of human architecture lay strewn across the floor as a painful reminder of what was lost. Heavy bricks covered in dust and window fragments litter the roads and avenues of a once prospering city. A pile of rubble next to the abandoned building attracts your attention. Sure enough, the rubble holds a secret inside, a black lockbox. The box is rather hefty. The lock in front of it seems to constitute quite a bit of its weight. It can probably be unlocked using the proper tools. So we can spend 25 scrap for a tool to open it, and I think we want to. Full of medical supplies. Okay, and don't know if that trade-off was quite worth it, but let's take a look at our research options though. We got bow making, so we can do a composite bow. Let's do that, and let's see what that looks like actually. See what we need for it so we can plan for it. We just need more arrows, so we can craft arrows now. So let's do that. We'll do 5 arrows. And then once those are done, we can get the bow going. So that's good. And then our other research is the occult side. So we could try and, well, let's see what it takes to get the Witch's Bane, huh? That could be useful. Alright, so crafting the Witch's Bane requires a lot of ectoplasm, resin, and wool. So wool we'll get from the sheep farms, which at this point, with the way our base is going, may not be a bad idea. Animal raising, which will come up once we get to 60. So alright, so Lauren is crafting away. And then we can get our first composite bow here. Alright, perfect. Alright, so Brandon is a part of our team. So Brandon, you're going to switch out your bow for the composite bow. Skill wise, you've got +8 accuracy now. Yeah, so +8 accuracy is good. So you'll be able to hit more often. And that bow, so just to show you the difference between composite bow, this one's 15 damage for a DPS of 6 at a range of 5. This is a range of 7, 15 damage, DPS of 6. So, and then accuracy starts at 60, starts at 84. So that is a huge bump right there. So the accuracy bonus alone is worth it. The extra range is worth it, so it's just a better bow overall. Otherwise, it does the same damage, which to me kind of makes sense. It's shooting the same arrows, and the force of the arrow doesn't really change the damage, I think. But rather its ability to penetrate and do the damage in the first place. So once you penetrate and you hit your target, the damage is the same, right? Could be wrong on that, and there might be certain arrowheads that might accentuate strength, but for the most part, accuracy is more important, right? Placing the arrow is more important than anything else. Okay, so now we can do animal raising, so let's do that, and let's see what we need to get our sheep farm going. So we can start getting wool. So we'll need bricks. So this is one of the things with this research tree. It doesn't have the, what do you call it? It doesn't necessarily force you to get things that you need before you get things that you can't build. So in this case, we need brick making, which we get at 60, before we can actually get the sheep going. So, and while we wait for the research to do that, let's go ahead and do some tree chopping here. And then that way we can clear that out so that we can build our farms there. So that's the reason why I've got space between it, so between the farms as well. So we got traders. Let's see what we can get here. So we got more scrap than before. Um, let's see. So we're doing pretty good there. An Uzi would be great, but at 600 we're not doing it. Self-help books are good. 1,000 straight-up experience. That could be useful. Nothing really that we want to utilize right now. So ginger extract would be good. Ghillie suit's fantastic because it gives increased vision range for some reason. I would think it would reduce opponent's vision range, but you know, mechanized plates are fantastic, but it's rare tech armor. So in order to use it, you would have to have that skill, which is a tier 4 skill. So really not much we can do there, but okay. Go just a little longer here. Check the world map. Is there anything worthwhile in any of these nearby spots? Nothing really. That might be something to do just for the scrap. This might be something to do just for the arrows and stuff, so okay. Now we're gathering all our resources. We've scavenged. Alright, we got to level up as well. So Lauren, our newly joined fighter, has joined us, is doing all sorts of great things, none of which, unfortunately, allow us to do anything here. So at this point, marksmanship might be good to overcome her -5 that she has from being a gangster. Damage is always good. Melee is good as well. So let's do melee. We can make her a melee attacker eventually. She is a fighter. She's got great skills for performing experiments and other things, but okay. So getting there with the science research. And Bruno's doing his best there. Anything we can craft, it's within reason. Shield will definitely be good. So one of the recent updates, or the last update, the Samurai update, kind of fixed melee a little bit. It gave shields a block projectile stat, as you can see here. And prior to that, it was just better almost all the time to go with all ranged attackers because you can do your damage, and then if you're getting hurt, you can bug out without putting yourself in too much danger. So now with the shields in play and everything like that, it's a little bit better. So not the best, but it's a little bit better for sure. Alright, so we got the research now for brick making, so let's do that. And then crafting bricks requires wood, stone, and clay. So let's go ahead and just get, oh, and a furnace. So let's build the furnace, which might require, there we go, furnace, 10 boards. Okay. So let's see, go ahead and get 10 boards going. We might as well go with 20 boards. We're going to need them anyways, so. Everybody's just going in and eating. Food's holding up, water's holding up, so we're in great shape there. In terms of our build, what do we need? Oh wait, we've got our boards that we need, so this one has to go inside and we're out of space, so we're also going to need to build a log cabin. To be expected. Might as well build that. Let's see. We can build it here. Lauren will knock that out in no time. Until she goes to sleep, of course. Okay, we'll go to ×8 to speed that along. Okay, so now we can build our furnace. Do that, and we'll go ahead and build. Don't have any wool, so we're going to fix that with our bricks once we get those, and then we'll be able to build that sheep farm. So we're going to go ahead and call it here, though. So we managed to replace our lost survivor, luckily. And Lauren seems to be a valid member of our group, so I'm excited to have her as part of it. We're going to go ahead and continue the series, hopefully on a daily basis, although we might miss a day or two here, depending on my schedule. But as you can see, we're slowly growing. We're starting to get better weapons, better armor, and just become better fighters in general. And eventually we'll be able to go out and explore the world because our resources seem to be pretty solid right now. So with that, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to us, and I will bid you guys farewell.